Welcome, welcome to another edition of the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University. I'm Adrian Ochoa, joined as always by Rachel Phillips and Harold Simowitz. Week 4 of the high school football season. Teams still trying to find their footing, while others just continue to roll this season.
Yeah, very much so. We had a lot of interesting games tonight. We had a lot of talk about what our game of the week was going to be, and I might have picked wrong. I think I had the final say, and you know, you win some, you lose some. Exactly.
Literally, these teams are winning or losing.
It happens. You never know how the games are going to play out, and we'll see that right now.
And that's kind of the beauty of it all.
Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Our game of the week will take us over to the blue turf in Cañotillo as the Eagles played host to the Del Valle Conquistadores.
We'll then head to Northeast El Paso for a showdown between two of the best teams in Class 5A. The Parkland Matadors taking on the Chapin Huskies, and it was a good one, folks.
Then later on, it's the Battle of Las Cruces, New Mexico's biggest high school rivalry game between the Mayfield Trojans and the Las Cruces Bulldogs.
Well, we'll start on the Texas side with our game of the week. Del Valle and Cañotillo both entered tonight's game 2-1 on the season. Both teams coming off dominant wins last week. So who would continue to ride that wave of momentum? We go to the blue turf, Cañotillo High. Eagles, Conquistadores, Del Valle fans travel pretty well here. And then in the third quarter, Del Valle up 10-0. Jake Fetty gonna airmail this one to Jonathan Estrada, makes the nice catch in the end zone. You see the flag right there for defensive pass interference. Of course, they decline it. Del Valle up 17-0. Then on the ensuing kickoff, nice return right here by Cañotillo's David Alvarado. Making moves down the sideline here, cuts back inside, past the 50 at that point. Nice field position for the Eagles, but to Del Valle's defensive credit, the defense would hold. So on their next drive, Conquistadores here, Fetty with the long bomb to Matt Lopez, and check out this catch. Makes it as he's going to the ground. He's down at the 1. So
that's got cheers from Jerry Nahara in the studio, folks.
So you see Fetty, I mean, it's just no-brainer right here.
They watched Thursday Night Football and saw the Eagles did that last night.
Quarterback sneak, Conquistadores blowing this one wide open. They're up 24-0. Then in the fourth quarter, some more insurance here. As you see Fetty with the pitch and catch to Ryan Nunez, makes the tough catch with the player right on him. This one was all Del Valle. It was a close one in the first half. It was 10-0, and then Del Valle again just blew this one wide open. 31-7, the final. They get their third win of the season. Let's go ahead and hear from the victorious Conquistadores.
It was a little bit of everything, man. Our defense came out and played really good ball today, had some big stops, put them in a lot of third and long, so that really helped us out a lot. And Jake Fetty was big for us tonight. And the playmakers around him made a lot of big plays.
We just had a really good week of practice, really good coaching. The team stayed together real well. We have some things to work on. We're going to get better. We'll make a good run this year.
Jake Fetty, just an awesome game.
Jake Fetty, folks.
We got Jerry Nahara here. He's a Del Valle grad. He was out at that game, and I know Jerry likes to tell the players he's a Del Valle grad. He's proud of it, and rightfully so, Jerry. Rightfully so.
Jake Fetty, folks. What a one to watch. But next, we'll focus on two of the best El Paso teams in Class 5A, the Parkland Matadors taking on the Chapin Huskies. The Matadors undefeated entering tonight's game 3-0, while the Huskies are 1-1. But coming into the game, well rested following a bye week. And this one, the site of Rachel's rally, which still has a 3-0 record coming into this game. So let's take you there. Chapin Huskies on homecoming, welcoming in the Parkland Matadors, and getting a high five off the mat almost ensures a good day out, right? Well, it certainly started off that way for Parkland. They forced the fumble here and recover it, and then off the back of that, they'll drive it down and get a field goal at the end of it to go up 3-0. And take a look at this sign. Chapin, you're going to let them get away with that smack talking? Come on. That is a no, folks. Chapin put Evan Rivera at QB instead of Davion Singleton. Rivera finding his guys. That's Savion Jordan right there across the center for the TD. Then Rivera, this time to the corner, and Brent Holman Jr. reins it in at full speed over the head. That is just pretty to watch. The Huskies looking like an offensive powerhouse here against undefeated Chapin. This time, Rivera to Davion Singleton back up the middle. Chapin up 21-3, but the Mats would make a comeback, and it would be close. But Chapin just hold on to win it 43-36. That makes Rachel's Valley, guys, 4-0 for home teams. I'm not saying it's me, but it's something.
And those are up for votes on X, formerly known as Twitter, of course.
I feel kind of bad for whoever the visiting team is.
Yeah, sorry.
So, hey.
They don't know what they're getting themselves into.
It's the rally. We pump them up, guys. Get it going.
There we go. Now to another team looking to remain perfect on their season, the Hanks Knights. A 3-0 start for new head coach Scott Valise tonight. The Knights paid a visit to Austin to take on a Panthers team still in search of their first win of the season. So very different for both this team. We head now to Austin High. First quarter, Austin's Anakin Torres. See, another Star Wars reference. Love it. Gets picked off by Hank's Christian Rodriguez, and he's going to take it down the right sideline. He's got a full stride. He's got a couple guys to beat, and he will just stroll in for the TD. But there's a flag on the play. Got called back for roughing the passer, so no 6 for there. Austin comes back. Anakin Torres with a handoff to Ruben, who steals. Austin with a 7-0 lead. This one would stay close, but Austin going on to win in a nail-biter, 19-20. Close one, but Hanks loses their first one as Austin is now 1-3.
The force was with the Panthers tonight, and Anakin Torres there, the quarterback for Austin.
Well, let's take you to Alan Sepkowitz Stadium where the Horizon Scorpions were playing the Andrus Eagles. We've got a camera-shy eagle on our hands, folks, but let me tell you, he was going to be dancing around soon because Vincent Gonzalez throws back across his body to Marcus Wilson. And check this, I had to speed it up. 50 yards plus to the house. He goes. That puts the Eagles up 20-10 right before the half, and they'd start the second half the way they finished the first. This time Gonzalez finds number 14, stepping loose all the way through, coming at your camera into your house. That is good for another TD. Final score there, Andrus wins it in a close one, 30-21.
Well, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned rivalry game, and Las Cruces has arguably one of the best ones in the country. Mayfield taking on Las Cruces tonight was the 60th meeting between the two programs.
60
You
years.
think that's crazy? Check this out. The records here and just how even this rivalry game has been. If we could take the graphic here, each school with 29 wins. There was only one tie between them. So that sets up tonight's game. Who's going to get the edge and break the deadlock? We go to the Field of Dreams for this one, the Battle of Las Cruces, Trojans, Bulldogs. Las Cruces, though, still in search of their first win. They came into this game 0-4. As you see right there, the teams exchanging some gifts. Mayfield, Luke Lennon to Brian Cole Jr. right there, makes the nice catch in the end
The
zone.
toe step in there.
Game was tied at 7 at that point, but then the Bulldogs gonna go on a run right here, as you're gonna see Las Cruces quarterback here, Gunnar Guardiola, after we see the Mayfield student section fired up. Gunnar Guardiola was going to air it out to Nate Libby, and he's
Wide
just all
open.
alone, wide open, takes it for the house call. Made it 14-7. Las Cruces breaks the deadlock. And then on the punt return, we have coming up here, as we see the teams celebrate. Again, Las Cruces 0-4 on the season. They're looking for their first win. It was a close one early on, as you see the Mayfield band right here. And here it is. Mayfield with the punt. And you're going to see this is Daniel Amado for Las Cruces. Oh, yeah, there you go. Showing off that speed, turning on the jets, got people in front of us. But, yeah, he's in the end zone there, and you see it right there again. Las Cruces blows the doors wide open in this one. They get their first win of the season at the hands of their rivals, 44-7. The final good statement win for Las Cruces. Hopefully that gets them back on track. 1-4 on the season.
Not a good, a massive statement win right there. Wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let's stay in New Mexico now because the Gadsden Panthers are hosting the Oregon Mountain Knights. Panthers 3-1 on the season, while the Knights are winless at 0-3. This is Gadsden Aiden Munoz to Zach Minjares, and he's going to fight in to get over the goal line. Now, Oregon Mountains is going to try and respond. You see, they're too busy celebrating to worry about what's coming up next.
Strong to be able to do that lift right there.
Tough.
I don't think I
they're
could do
just
it.
steps away from the Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
ring,
and then
so.
push-ups. This is why I was never on the sidelines of a high
I'm
school
just feeling
game.
good. Handoff here. Oregon Mountain doing a little trickery. And then he's going to run it up the sideline. Logan Tejada as to EJ Guerra. And he's going to stroll on in for the Knights. They are just beating basically the entire Gadsden team up that right sideline for 6. But it would be Gadsden with
gets
the win tonight.
Yeah, so that's the
Oregon
only
Mountains.
score right there for Oregon Mountain. Just that one touchdown for them.
Knights still in search of their first win on the season, as the Panthers are now 4-1 so far.
Well, we're just getting started here on the Borderland Blitz. Coming up after the break, we'll check in with District 16A as district play continued. We'll check in with America's taking on Franklin, while Coronado was squaring off against the East Lake Falcons. Then we'll, of course, have your War of the Week coming up right after the break.
Yeah, but before we go to break here, high school football stadiums around the city tonight honoured the life of 17-year-old Bowie band member Daniel Esparza, who had a heart attack on the field at last Friday's Bowie East Letter game. We here at ABC7 also want to join with the community in taking a moment to remember him.
Join us in a moment of silence in memory of Bowie High School senior, drum major, Daniel Esparza. Daniel was a pivotal and active member in the Bowie High School student body and passed away on September 10th, 2023. EPISD and the athletic community stands with Daniel's family and the entire high school community. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
At El Paso Water, we produce 40 billion gallons of high-quality drinking water each year. Here's how we do it. It starts in these settling basins where particles and debris are removed naturally. Then we use oxygen and electricity to sanitize it. Next, we filter nearly 200,000 gallons of water an hour. But we're not done yet. After a final disinfection, your water is thoroughly tested at a water quality lab. So when the water gets to you, you can be confident that it's safe to drink. Cheers.
For Haley, the El Paso Children's Hospital provided critical care when she needed it most. Now you can provide families the same hope with the El Paso Children's Hospital Spirit Debit Card from Rise. Turn your everyday transactions into donations for our local Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Every qualifying purchase helps provide life-saving treatments in a state-of-the-art facility. Get the El Paso Children's Hospital Spirit Debit Card and make every purchase have a purpose.
Over 400 U.S. veterans have been deported to Mexico and are trying to get back to the country they once served.
Their green cards were revoked.
ABC7 contributing reporter Luis Chaparro shows you how cartels lure them.
It's appealing to the cartels because they've been trained by the U.S. military.
And a startling new trend one border expert says could be a threat to national security.
Some of the deported veterans are seeking out employment.
After Monday Night Football, Deported to Danger, Monday at 10, only on ABC7.
And we love the Montwood Rams as well. I mean, that's you love to hear it.
I just get pumped up watching the cheerleaders, the band, the student section. I'm like, I want to be back out at a game. I know it's all over, but I want to be back out there.
Well, we'll turn our attention to District 16A as it's the second week of district play. We'll start in West El Paso with the Franklin Cougars. We're looking to keep the momentum going. A perfect 3-0 to start their season. They were taking on an America's team looking to bounce back after a tough overtime loss to Montwood last week. Cougar Stadium was the place for this District 16A matchup. On the opening kickoff of the game, Franklin, the receiving team here, but the ball too hot to handle. We got a loose ball right there, and it's the America's Trailblazers with the recovery, and they'd cash in, marching down the field from the one right here. The handoff to Cameron Johnson, punch it, count it. America's on the board early in this one, 7-0, but then some good defensive plays from the Cougars defense. Check this out, Franklin's Gerald Williams with the strip, and we've got a pigskin on the ground again. Franklin gets the turnover here, and then later, America's quarterback, Mark Moore. He's gonna get picked off by Franklin's Kyler McDavitt. Going the other way.
Read that like a book.
We're gonna go to the second quarter here. Franklin knocking on the door this time, and it's Shea Smith with the quarterback keeper. And they just can't get to him. Shea Smith welcomed to End Zone City. Game tied at 7 at this point. But when all was said and done, it's America's getting the dub by just 6 points. Final score 16-10. They hand the Cougs their first loss of the season, while the Blazers pick up their first win in district play.
Let's head down to the SAC for another District 16A matchup. The Battle of the Birds, Coronado Thunderbirds and the East Lake Falcons. East Lake also undefeated on the season, 3-0. You saw a nice catch down the middle right there. Now, it's going to be the handoff up the gut, and that is 6
points for the Thunderbirds there.
They're just going to keep it going. Now, Coronado is going to fall in this one. East Lake 34, Coronado 21.
Falcons remain perfect on their season, 4-0.
Well, early in the day, it was the Pebble Hill Spartans taking on a winless El Dorado team. Early in the first quarter, short pass to number 8, Zarian Quelas, for the first points on the board of the day. Just cruises to the end zone. Quarterback Gael Ochoa, why not give it back to course? This time, over 50 yards. Touchdown run to the house. Yeah, that's how you do it right there. For the third time in the first quarter, Brandon Cardenas with a catch for another Spartans touchdown. Pebble Hill Spartans, they were making sure to come back after a tough loss to Eastwood last week. They go on to win this one dominantly here as a final score of 49-10 over the Aztecs.
Good bounce back there for the Pebble Hill Spartans. Well, after starting their season off with the loss, the Riverside Rangers have had quite the bounce back. Winners of 2 straight, looking to make it 3 in a row tonight. And tonight they played host to a team from New Mexico, that being the Alamogordo Tigers, who are also pretty good. They were 3-1 on the season entering tonight's game. Let's go ahead and take you out to Rangers Stadium right here. Game tied at 7, but not for long here because it's Carlos Rojas. Watch this. Gonna take it 60 yards to the house.
Just in open space right there, all the way to the end zone. You love that feeling.
That puts Riverside up 14-7, but they keep tacking some more points on. There's Derek Vasquez, just runs it in untouched to make it 21-7. Alamogordo, though, would make a game of it, but it's Riverside holding on to win this game by a final of 35-28.
Let's take you to East Lettuce Stadium now. Burgess looking for their first win of the season, and Alex Rios wants it. The dime to the end zone for, I don't know, is that a Moss folks for Brooklyn Myers right there? That puts the Mustangs ahead 21-20, but East Lettuce coming back. Evan Martinez finds a jumping Adrian Martinez right there at the 1-yard line. He gets stopped. Low snap right here for Martinez, but low snap, no worries. He runs it around the outside for the QB keep. East Lettuce in a close one. Hold on to win it, 37-35. Burgess still in search of their first win of the season.
Now let's head on over to Clint, who's 1-2 on the season, hosting the Bel Air Highlanders, who are actually looking to stay undefeated so far this year. Now beginning the first quarter, Noah Moreno with the QB keep. That's a nice little waltz on in for the first points on the board, but Clint is trying to get their sideline in, get their fans going in. Clint, now he's going to heave it up, and that's going to be picked off by Bel Air, Christopher Davis, and he's going to take it up the right sideline. Can he get all the way to a pylon? He's going to get close. He's still going, and he is chased down. But now right near the goal line, the Bel Air for their second touchdown. Eddie Reyes right there in the Lions. Eric Martinez with a handoff to score to put the Lions on the board for Clint, but Bel Air putting a 40 bomb up, winning this one 44-37.
Wow, Bel Air improves to 5-0 on the season, just continues to roll. So interesting how some teams remain undefeated while others, they've got their first loss tonight, but I'm sure they'll be looking to bounce back next week. Speaking of bouncing back, War of the Week, we're gonna go ahead, a $50 gift card on the line in this one. Let's go ahead, and this one was between the Montwood Rams and the America's Trailblazers. No, it was Socorro, sorry. The Socorro Bulldogs from last night. Let's go ahead and send it to Edie Spadon.
Welcome to another War of the Week. We're at the Zacks Stadium where we have a cheer squads about to go off in a tug-of-war battle. We have Socorro versus Montwood, and thanks to Southwest University, we have a $50 gift card for only one winner. So, that's right. Yeah. Before we get started, do you have any last words? Dog mentality. And do you have any last words? These dogs are going down! All right, take your marks. Take your marks, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's been a good week for Montwood. They win the $50 Visa gift card there, and they were also the Sweet Play of the Week winners, getting the cupcakes earlier this week. So
you'll get to see again later in the show.
They're on a hot streak.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Let's go ahead and we're gonna take a break right now. Of course, we'll have the winner of the Blitz picks coming up, and then also, by popular demand, Zacks Dance Blitz.
That's everybody's new favorite.
That's coming up after the break.
We love the Borderland Blitz!
This year at Peter Piper Pizza, she gets everything she wants for her birthday. Pizza. Friends. Games. And best of all, you. Our party package has everything you need for an unforgettable celebration. Peter Piper Pizza. Pizza made fresh, families made happy.
Did you know Western Tech offers programs in the business field? That's right. Learn those business fundamentals from a college who's been around for over 50 years. Now's your time. Start or complete your bachelor's degree, or take your game to the next level with an MBA. We're just not any technical school. We're Western Tech, and we mean business. Visit westerntech.edu and get started on your future today. Don't give up. Rise up at Western Tech. College for the real world.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know that 1 out of 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer? Men, please talk to your doctor about getting screened. If you need medical imaging, then Desert Imaging is here for you, because the sooner you know, the better.
Zacks Dance Blitz, a high school mascot dance-off, every Friday night during the Borderland Blitz at 10:35 p.m. Sponsored by Charlie Clark Nissan Infinity.
Fabian's proud, and in just about a minute or so, we'll show you exactly why Fabian's got so excited. But first, two teams looking for their first win of the season. Spoiler alert about this one, guys. It was a pretty one-sided affair, so we knew who was going to notch that first W of the year pretty quick. It's Tornillo versus San Elizario. Pick things up in the second quarter. You can see how big San Eli was up on the road team right there. Tornillo Coyotes down 34-6. They're trying to get anything going, but it was just a long night. And they're going to try to get any offense in the second quarter, stuffed immediately at the line. And San Eliot's actually getting a little tricky. I kind of jumped a little bit there because I didn't really know what was going on. They're doing a lot of misdirection, doing a lot of changing it up, but they were just going to run it out because when you're up that much, you're trying to go home pretty quick. Final score in this one was 47-6.
Well, let's take you now. El Paso High Tigers taking a trip to take on the Fabens Wildcats, taking both teams a while here to score, but Fabens with a dig defensive stop right here. They get the interception, and he's trying to stay on his feet. Oh, tackle, but he looked good right there. That was Brian Ranos making the nice read on the ball. Fabens would punt on the drive, and the Tigers find themselves inside the Wildcat 5-yard line looking for the first points of the game, and they get him right there. Chris Valenzuela in for 6. Tigers up on 6-0, but that put the ensuing extra point. Tigers kickers up and blocked. Javier Hernandez takes it all the way back about 85 yards for 2 points there. Final in this one, El Paso High. Big time dub for them, 26-8 over the Fabens Wildcats.
Congratulations to the Tigers' second win of the season for them. Meanwhile, here you see Mountain View Lobos. They continue to roll as they get the win over Irvin tonight. Big time win, 47-17, the final. Meantime, over at Burgess High School, it was the Anthony Wildcats taking on the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Anthony was 2-0 headed into this game. They suffer their first loss of the season as Cathedral wins it by a final of 30-7. And then,
doing so without the head coach,
Curtis
is no longer with them.
Curtis Crane is no longer the head coach at Cathedral. But it's a big statement win for Cathedral tonight. Meanwhile, over in Chaparral, it was the Hatch Valley Bears getting the win over the Lobos, 37-19. Chaparral now 0-4 on their season. Well, here we go. Our Blitz picks coming up, Rachel. Who's going to get that $50 gift card, right?
Yeah, well, Sam has made the long and vigorous journey over to the touch screen for us to show us all of the pictures. Sam, what do you got for us
You
today?
wouldn't believe how much I have to break a sweat to get from place to place. But guys, as always, we just get the best pictures ever. Now let's walk you through a couple ones before I show you the big winner of the week. Here's some Ernesto Adame from Chapin and Hatch Valley. You can see those two teams lining up there on the line of scrimmage. Another great one is from Cesar Lucero, who's the El Paso High School band, getting ready to put, the Eastwood High School band. Sorry, I just read that really a little too quickly there. But Trooper Pride there. And then our big winner of the week is from Sergio Bueno of Homecoming 2023 for the Riverside Rangers. Even throwing in some fun cowboy hat emojis in there. So congratulations, Sergio. Just expect a little phone call from me this week. And thank you to everyone who submitted your Blitz picks.
And reminder, we don't pick who wins. It is
Always
automatically
random.
done by the system. So if you think you had the best picture and you didn't win, it's not our fault. It is the system. Blame the system.
But you can never go wrong with the sunset photo.
No,
I mean,
love
those are just.
And you got all the letters in there. You got some smoke machine action. This is a fun one.
Yeah, it was a good winner. It was definitely a good winner.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. Moving on here, we're going to go over to our Zacks Dance Blitz, backed by popular demand. This segment sponsored by Charlie Clark.
Yeah, it's coming up after the break, actually. So stay with us.
Oh, man, you got me all excited.
I know, that's the point. People got to hang around to watch Zacks Dance Blitz. So make sure you do, and you'll have it on the other side.
When summer temperatures climb, so does our region's energy use. This spike in use is called peak demand, and it can lead to strain on the grid and possible power outages. So let's work together and shift our use to evenings when energy use is lower. Learn more at epelectric.com.
It's okay to be afraid, but you don't have to live in fear. El Paso United Family Resiliency Center invites you to our Community Wellness Fair, Sunday, September 24th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Memorial Park Reserve. We're bringing different organizations together to provide a variety of health resources, on-site screenings, vaccinations, and mental well-being activities. Don't miss the Community Wellness Fair, Sunday, September 24th at the Memorial Park Reserve. All are welcome. Together, we can heal.
Level up your career today. Don't wait until 2024. Enroll now at Southwest University. Start your new career in the medical field. Serve your community and enroll now by September 22nd in the nursing, sonography, or radiology programs. We offer flexible schedules and short terms so you can finish faster. Grow your mindset and career and learn all the core values to succeed in the nursing, sonography, or radiology fields. For more information, visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Last day to enroll is September 22nd. Southwest University. Start today.
When summer temperatures spike, so does your energy use. And the more energy you use, the higher your bill can grow. But you can control your costs with energy-wise efforts. Learn how to beat the heat and higher bills at epelectric.com.
Yeah, he's coming for all of our jobs. Zachary Ross. Here's tonight's Zacks Dance Blitz from over at the Sack last night. Take a look.
Welcome to Zacks Dance Blitz. Let's get this party started. Hey, 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 get it, get it, get it. Go Zach, go Zach. That was some amazing dancing. Orale. Back to you.
I think Zach's not only coming for our jobs, but also dancing Bobby. He's got some.
He's
gotta
can do it
watch
all,
it.
everyone.
Next minute, Zach will be out on UTEP's floor during basketball games, doing the dance-off. I mean, he's got the moves.
His popularity is just skyrocketing to the moon.
Maybe not as many moves as the Montwood ran. When he did the splits, we went, whoa. The splits, come on.
And give it up also for Chato, the Socorro Bulldog there. I love that name. Well, in case you missed it on Thursday, the Rams, wasted no time getting in the end zone here, taking on Socorro. This was from last night. You see Michael Southern rolling to his right. He'll find Diego Oaxaca in the end zone for the touchdown. These highlights courtesy of the El Paso Sports Network. Now, they weren't done yet, as you see right here. The quick pass to Victor Ariano, weaving in, weaving out, and Ariano takes it for the house call. This was all Rams, but Socorro did have some bright spots in the second half. Antonio Montes, the pass to Jacob Gonzalez. It was 35-14, tough hill for Socorro to climb. So the Montwood Rams improved to 2-0 in district play. The final score in this one was 41-21. Now the sweet play of the week.
Yeah, this show, is it all Rams tonight? I mean,
it might as well be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you have a good week. You have a good week. You get to go on TV a lot.
Great week.
And they were the winners of the sweet play of the week, and here was the winning play in case you missed it from last week. The Montwood Rams stellar play on defense right here. It's linebacker Jose Hita with the hit, forces the ball loose, and it's Antonio Landeros with the scoop and score. So, of course, the sweet play deserved some sweet cupcakes from Albertsons, and I caught up with the Rams earlier this week, and you can watch the entire presentation right now, kvia.com, but they were pretty stoked. Antonio Jose getting the first bite of the cupcakes, but there was plenty to go around. As you see, the Rams, the frosting, Albertsons doesn't play when it comes to the frosting on those cupcakes. They load them up, and yeah, very delicious.
I am like salivating for a cupcake right now. They look, the way they're just devouring them, I'm like, man, they look good. They look so good.
You got them all dressed up too.
Yeah, I mean, we met them in the locker room. Typically, we meet them during practices and they're in the football gear, but we met them in the afternoon, but the coach had them wear their football polo shirts, looking all nice and clean with the Montwood Rams, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. Ivan Rangel getting his first win of the in district play. So congratulations.
2 wins now.
To the Rams.
They got just
2 wins.
Yeah, the dub over Americas last week.
Yeah,
and then
2-0.
Last night, massive start for Ivan Rangel, who's changing the program and the culture over there at Montwood. So shout out to them for that.
Well, let's go ahead and check recap of the scores. Here we go from this week. Week 4 in the books, but not quite, because we do have Bowie Jefferson tomorrow at the Sun Bowl at 11 a.m. So we'll, of course, be there for that game. But here are the scores from week 4. America's getting the win over Franklin tonight, 16-10. Eastlake winners over Coronado, 34-21. Eastlake improves to 4-0. Pebble Hills gets back on the winning track, getting the win over El Dorado, 49-10. Del Valle gets the dub over Canutillo, 31-7. Chapin over Parkland, 43-36. And Andress over Horizon, 30-21.
Get you caught up on some more scores. Austin in a close one over Hanks, 20-19. East Leda getting the dub over Burgess, another one close one, 37-35. Bel Air staying clean, 44-37 over Clint. El Paso, big time win over Fabens, 26-8. Mountain View, 47-17 over Irvin. And Riverside getting a dub just over Alamogordo, 35-28.
And moving on here, Tordi. Actually, San Luis won that one in a big one. Need to get that one fixed for you. They actually had a big win over Tornillo. Cathedral winning 30-7 over Anthony. Las Cruces 44-7 over Mayfield. Gadsden, big win over Oregon Mountain. Hatch Valley beating Chaparral by 18, 37-19. And Montwood with the 20-point victory at the SAC over Socorro.
And the last game, this one was from last night as well. Valencia gets the win over Santa Teresa, 51-13. The Santa Teresa Desert Warriors still in search of their first win of the season. Tough loss for them yesterday against the Jaguars from Valencia. That's going to do it for week 4, but we've got a busy couple of days coming up ahead, especially for you guys over the weekend. UTEP in action against Arizona.
Power 5 team for them.
The Battle of I-25 in Albuquerque.
Yeah, rivalry game.
Yeah.
And then, as we mentioned before, Bowie and Jefferson playing their game tomorrow at UTEP at 11 a.m. at the Sun Bowl. If you have a moment tomorrow morning, make sure you get out there, because they are honoring Daniel Esparza, who passed away, had a heart attack on the field last Friday night. We brought to you as breaking news on ABC7 last Friday. Everyone, if you are going, please wear white. They are trying to white out the stadium in his honor. Jefferson already going to be wearing decals on their helmets as well for him. So if you have time tomorrow morning before UTEP, before NMSU, make sure you get out there and support the entire Bowie community who are struggling right now.
Yeah, our thoughts again to Daniel Esparza and his family tonight, but it's just great to see, it's the Battle of the Southside, a big rivalry game over in the Segundo Barrio, and they're putting all that aside to honor Daniel Esparza, and rightfully so. So that we're going to do it for week 4. We'll have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week as we head into week 5.
Thank you for watching. ABC7 News is now available on any of these streaming services, as well as the KVIA News and KVIA Weather and Traffic apps.